Hi everyone. We're going to keep working on the body page of our All About books today. So you'll want to get the body page out and it should look something like this with your diagram up top and the labels on your diagram. Okay? We're going to do something similar to last time using our whiteboards to jot down notes or pictures to start out with. So you'll want to also, besides this paper, you'll want your whiteboard and marker, and of course your research information. So, do you remember at school when we were writing facts on the bottom of our papers that we would list a whole bunch of facts that we knew about that topic on the board? And then you would pick one that you thought was most important to share with your audience or your readers, and you'd write that on the lines on your paper. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to look at your research and maybe reread some of it or reread the parts that you wrote about the body. And I want you to but jot. That means quickly just write a couple keywords or pictures to help you remember those facts. So here's what I wrote about the pink fairy armadillo. You can see again, it's not my neatest handwriting, and there's some quick pictures there to help me remember. I said they're 3 to 4 inches long. And then I drew a picture. This is really about 3 to 4 inches. They're not very big. I mean, they're about the size of my hand. Probably smaller actually than my hand. They're small. 3 to 4 inches long, and I wrote smallest armadillo. Those aren't sentences, okay? Those are just words, phrases. When I put it up here, I'll turn it into a sentence, and I'll show you what that looks like. I wrote low body temperature, and this is supposed to be an ice cube. Remember, a quick picture, so it's good enough. And I wrote fur on belly to keep warm. And then I wrote that they have small eyes. Something else I could have written on here that I just thought of was I could have written that they have a strong sense of smell. And so those are facts that I know about the body of the pink fairy armadillo. So then I'm going to choose one of those from my notes and turn it into a sentence or even 2 sentences. Think about what's a Just Right challenge for you. Is it to write 1 sentence or 2? I think a Just Right challenge for me is to write 2. So I think something really interesting is to write their size, how long they are, because they're small. They're not very long. I'm going to write they are 3 to 4 inches long. So I'm going to start with that. Notice on my board, I wrote 3 to 4 inches long, but that's not a sentence. Okay, a whole sentence would have all the information somebody needed for it to make sense. I'm going to write they are 3 to 4 inches long. Okay, so here I go. They, I'm using my neatest handwriting here. And the double lines, if you need to get out your letter chart from your writing workshop folder, that's great. They are 3 to 4 inches. Oh, I don't think I can fit the word long right here, so I'm going down to the next line. They are 3 to 4 inches long. Okay, and then I also wanted to add that they are the smallest armadillo. So notice here I wrote smallest armadillo. Up here I want to write they are the smallest armadillo. There we go. If you'd like to, after you write down your facts on your board, you have all your facts jotted down, you can use a separate piece of paper to practice writing your sentence first and then write your sentence in your book. If you want to do it that way, you can do that. Or if you think that you can be really careful the first time, go ahead and write it in your book. Now you have 2 options when you're writing in your book. You can sound out your words and get your sounds the best as you can. Or if you wanted to do the practice on a paper first, you can ask whoever's helping you with your schoolwork to help you do some editing and check for spelling and whatnot and kind of get your spelling to be book spelling. They can help you with words that might be hard to understand, and then you can put it in your book. Whatever you choose is fine. So you should have 1 or 2 sentences about your animal's body. So this is the page all about the body. So this wouldn't be the spot where I say what it eats or anything like that. We'll talk about that later, or where it lives. This is just information relating to its body. Okay. That's a bigger job today, to think about that and to get your 2 sentences or 1 sentence written. So why don't you go ahead and get started. I'd love to see what you're working on. So if you want to send a picture, you're welcome to do that.